Welcome back to the Roaring Watchman channel, beloved family. Today, we journey together into Genesis chapter 8, a powerful chapter of remembrance, promise, and new beginnings. Verse 1 begins, "And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged." Notice the profound statement, God remembered Noah. This doesn't mean God had forgotten. In His perfect timing, God's plan moved to the next phase. He didn't just remember Noah, He remembered every living thing. God's care is all-encompassing. He then sent a wind, an agent of His power, to begin the process of drying the earth. The waters didn't just recede, they assuaged, meaning they were calmed and pacified by divine command. Verse 2 continues, "The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained." The very sources of the flood, both from below and above, were sealed shut. This wasn't a gradual stopping, it was a decisive act. God, who opened them, is the same God who closed them. It's a beautiful picture of His absolute sovereignty over all creation. He who starts the storm is the one who brings the calm. In verse 3, we see the result, "And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days the waters were abated." The waters didn't vanish instantly. They receded continually, a gradual process over 150 days. This teaches us patience and trust in God's timing. Even when deliverance begins, it often unfolds step by step, according to His perfect schedule. The process was certain and steady. Verse 4 gives us a specific location and time, "And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat." After months of drifting on a boundless ocean, the ark finally found a resting place. It didn't just land anywhere, but specifically on the mountains of Ararat. God guided them to this exact spot. The grounding of the ark symbolizes stability and the end of a turbulent journey, a precursor to the new life that was to come. Verse 5 marks another milestone, "And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen." Imagine the hope that must have filled Noah's heart. After seeing nothing but water for so long, the first glimpse of land appeared. The mountaintops emerged, like promises breaking through the clouds. This was tangible proof that God's word was true and a new world was emerging from the waters of judgment. Now, in verses 6 and 7, Noah takes an action. "And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth." After waiting another 40 days, Noah opens the window. He sends out a raven, an unclean bird known for its hardiness. The raven flew back and forth, able to survive on its own, signifying that while the waters were receding, the earth was not yet fully ready for sustained life. Next, in verses 8 and 9, Noah tries a different approach. Also he sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. The dove, a clean bird, is more delicate. It couldn't find a place to rest, symbolizing that the conditions weren't yet suitable for a new beginning. Notice Noah's gentle care. He reached out and brought the dove back into the safety of the ark. He didn't force the timing. Patience is a key theme here. In verses 10 and 11, Noah waits again. "And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and, lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth." After another week, the dove returns, but this time with a sign of life. An olive leaf. This wasn't just any leaf, it was freshly plucked, undeniable proof of new growth. This olive leaf has since become a universal symbol of peace and new beginnings, a message of hope directly from God. In verse 12, Noah waits one last time. "And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more." The dove did not return. This was the final confirmation. The earth was now hospitable. Life could flourish again. The dove had found a new home, and soon, so would Noah and his family. Noah's patience and his trust in these signs from God are a powerful lesson for all of us. Verse 13 marks the turning point. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and, behold, the face of the ground was dry. On the first day of a new year in Noah's life, he removed the ark's covering. He saw with his own eyes the promise fulfilled. The ground was dry. This was a moment of profound revelation and relief, the dawn of a new era for humanity. But even then, Noah waited. Verse 14 says, And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. Noah waited for God's explicit command. He saw the ground was dry, but he waited until God declared it was time. This demonstrates incredible obedience and reliance not on his own understanding, but on God's perfect timing. That command comes in verses 15 to 17. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou, and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. Finally, God gives the release. It's a command to go forth. And with it comes a blessing, the same blessing given in Genesis 1, to be fruitful and multiply. This wasn't just an exit, it was a commissioning for a new creation. What is Noah's first act on this new earth? We see it in verses 18 to 20. He, his family, and all the animals exit the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. Before building a home, before planting a field, Noah built an altar. His first priority was worship. He offered a sacrifice of thanksgiving from the clean animals he had preserved. This act of worship acknowledged God as the source of his salvation and the Lord of this new world. The chapter closes with God's response in verses 21 and 22. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. Neither will I again smite any more everything living, as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. God was pleased with Noah's worship. This sweet savor led to a divine promise, a covenant made in God's own heart. He promises to never again destroy all life with a flood. He establishes the rhythm of the seasons, the cycles of nature that we still depend on today. This is the foundation of God's grace for the post-flood world, a promise of stability and faithfulness that endures forever. What a powerful chapter of God's remembrance, Noah's patience, and the promise of a new beginning through faith and worship. Thank you for joining me in exploring these incredible truths. If this has blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe for more journeys through God's Word. Until next time, may His peace and promises be the foundation upon which you build your life. Brought to you by Cyber Alliance Academy.